Hi everyone, Tori here today with today's Scrap Your Scraps video. So this one is going to be a super simple one, but I know that you love my scrap videos, so I definitely wanted to do one. Today I really wanted to use my Felicity Jane Something Sweet kit with this photo, but I also wanted to use my scraps. So I'm going to show you how you can mix scraps in with new supplies so that it looks like new. Because sometimes you can feel like looking at your scrap bin, there's no inspiration there. Everything looks old and you'd rather play with new product. So today we're going to play with new product, but we're also going to play with some of our old products so that we can start using up what's in our bin. So I'm going to just put this aside for now, and I am going to be scrapbooking this photo today of my grandma. This is my grandma Pat, and if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I've scrapped her before. She has Alzheimer's, and it's actually like quite heartbreaking, but she's also like one of the most beautiful, inspirational people you will ever meet. She's so lovely and so kind, and she's so happy. Like, she doesn't remember a thing. She doesn't know your name, doesn't know where she is or anything like that. But she is happy and content, and she says, I have nothing to complain about. She's just a very happy lady. And one of her favorite things to do is sit down at the piano and play piano. And honestly, guys, she could play piano all day long and sing. And the coolest thing is, even though she can't remember what year it is, what month, who we are, or whatever, there is one thing that she does not forget, and that is her hymns. You could give her any hymn and she could play it and sing word for word the whole entire song. She is just amazing, and I just love her so much. So I wanted to make a page about her and include this photo. And actually, I wanted to include a really funny conversation that happened after this photo was taken. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my supplies and work while I talk to you about the conversation. So I'm using the Felicity Jane Tuesday kit, and I'll leave a link for that below. I'm using this grid paper. Now, I was a little hesitant to use this grid paper because the back is the most beautiful paper ever. So I'm a little hesitant to use that. My other option is to use yellow, which I think yellow could work really well too. I really wanted to use these florals with a page about my grandma, and I feel like those would look really nice on there, but I really like how they look on this grid paper. The other option I was thinking about was maybe using it on like a piece of cardstock, like this blue. That looks pretty on there. So there's so many different options you could go with. I really like this blue actually, and because I love this paper so much and I don't want to waste it, I think I might use the blue. Another option is to go with another kind of solid paper. I'll just show you some of the other papers in this kit. This one's really pretty. It has an ombre pink, which I just adore, and those florals would look really pretty on there as well. That looks super pretty. Or I could even go with something that has a little bit more of a pattern, like this one with this pink. So honestly, I feel like any of these choices could work. And the truth is, sometimes like you just have so many options that there's so many different things that you could go with. So you just have to go with the one that feels right for the page that you're making. And I really like this ombre, so I think that's the one I'm going to go with. Now, these florals actually were one of the Felicity Jane papers, and I sat and watched TV and Fussy cutted them is not a word. Fussy cut them out. I cut all of them out, so I might use them all on this page. I might not. This one's quite big, but I just think they'll look so pretty with this page about my grandma. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange these and stick it down with my photo while I talk to you about my funny story. And then I'm going to incorporate the scraps in a little bit. So let me tell you about this story of this photo. Every Sunday, my family goes to church, and we pick my grandma up to go to church with us. And because she loves going to church, and I mean, like, if it makes her happy, we might as well go take her with us, and we also get to spend time with her, so it's totally worth it in my books. So we take her to church, and she sits through the church service, listens to my dad preach because he's a pastor, and she really enjoys it. But as soon as the service is over, she asks me a question. She says, "Do you think anyone would mind if I play that piano up there?" Because they have a huge, grand piano up on the stage. And of course, I always say, "No, Grandma, you can definitely go play the piano. Nobody's going to mind." And nobody ever minds because she's an incredible piano player. And so while people are filtering out of the church, when they're leaving, going to Sunday school, whatever they're doing, she goes up on the stage and she plays the piano. And let me just tell you, she's like incredibly talented. And it's actually quite amazing to just listen to her play the piano and think that this lady like has Alzheimer's and doesn't even know where she is, but she can play the piano like so fantastically. So she plays the piano, and people listen, and it's beautiful. And I think before I've scrapbooked a photo of her playing the piano, and I've talked about that. That's not the funny story. Here's the funny story. After church, we always go out for lunch. And when we went out for lunch, I was talking to my brother, Josh, and I said, "Josh, Grandma was playing the piano today." And because like we like to have conversation with her and include her in conversation. And Josh is like, "That's so nice." And Grandma was like, "Oh, I was just playing around. You know, it's nothing big." And then she says to Josh, "What's your gift, Harry?" Like she literally called him Harry. Like not Harry, H-A-R-Y, but like Harry as in you have too much hair. And Josh goes, "My good looks." And and Grandma goes, "You should send that back." So, okay, maybe it was one of those things that you had to be there, but it was hilarious in the moment, and I died laughing. So, I just thought I would share that with you. Okay, maybe that was TMI, whatever. So I'm just trying to decide how I want to lay this out. I think I liked it how I had it with the flowers overlapping the photo. I'm just trying to decide how much I want. It feels a little bit like the photo's getting swallowed up, so I think I'm gonna not include this and just have the flowers like to the side here. Okay, so I like it where it is. So what I'm gonna do is I have my hot glue gun. I'm just gonna like pick it up a little bit and put the glue underneath, so that way I don't like lose the location of where the flowers are. And one of the things I really love about hot glue, guys, is that you can wait for it to dry a little bit or not push it down all the way, and it actually gives a lot of dimension. So if you're going to use hot glue, don't push it all the way down. Let it add a little dimension to your page. It'll look really pretty. So I am overlapping I'm overlapping these two pieces of flowers, and I'm also making the flowers go off the page. I'm going to trim it, obviously, but it just gives a little bit more movement to the page when you have things like go right up to the edges, rather than everything being like in the middle, centralized. Okay. So that's good. The flowers are where they want them. The photo can still come in and out. I haven't stuck that down. I think the photo needs to be backed, like have a frame around it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come to my scraps and see if there is anything that I can use to back my photo, because again, we're trying to use our scraps today. So gray might be nice. It picks up on the gray in here. And I could just put that on there and it would tie it together. I feel like you could also use a darker pink like this pink here, but I don't have any large scraps like that. So I'm just going to use this gray cardstock scrap that I have. So just while I'm sticking this down, I just wanted to say I have a Facebook page or a Facebook group called Scrap Your Scraps, where there are a bunch of really awesome people sharing pages and projects, cards, project life pages that they're making using their scraps, or following some of the video tutorials I've posted. So if you want some more inspiration, if you want to join in on the fun, comment, just be my friend and hang out, you can come join our Facebook group. So what I'll do is I'll leave a link below and just ask for to be accepted, and I will include you in the Facebook group. We would love to have you join us. Okay, so stuck that down, and now I'm just going to turn around it. So how are you guys all doing? I really hope everybody is happy. The weather here in Toronto has just become so beautiful. It's like finally spring. We were having like horrible weather, and then all of a sudden it's like gorgeous outside. It was so beautiful today. It was like walking around without a coat on. Walked the dog, and the birds were chirping. Oh, I love springtime. It's like my favorite time of the year. Absolutely my favorite time. So, okay. So here we go. The photo's stuck down. The florals are stuck down with a little dimension added underneath some of the floral pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my scissors and cut off the excess. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now I want to add a title, and I also want to play with my scraps. So for my title, I hate coming up with titles. I don't know if you're like me, but titles are like my least favorite thing to do. And if you've been watching my videos a long time, you may have noticed that I sometimes don't put a title on my pages, like probably half the time. But I did have some ideas for a title today. And the reason I have some ideas is because the Felicity Jane Tuesday kit came with these awesome Grow Puffy phrase and accent stickers. And there's these beautiful words on here. And I thought that I could use some of those in my title. So I really like this one that says moments, because I feel like that will go with the conversation that we were talking about. And I really like this happy. But I think the title could be like funny moments. And so I could use this moments, and then I could use this other stickers that came in the kit, these Felicity Jane Alpha stickers, which are just gorgeous, and put funny here. Or I could do happy funny moments, which I like that too. Or happiness. But I think I like funny, and I think I want the title to be funny little moments. So I'm going to start with the word moments, because that's the biggest one. And I'm going to grab out those puffer stickers. These are just like beautiful, guys. They're so luscious. And I'm going to grab out my scraps. And this is how I'm going to incorporate my scraps in with my new supplies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find some scraps that I think will coordinate well with this page. And you can do that just by taking the scrap and holding it up to the page to see whether or not the colors will work well with what you already have on the page. So I'm just holding this up. I really like this color here, and I feel like it'll work well. And I think it'll look good too. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick my letter on there. And grab a pair of scissors and just loosely cut that out. So I am going to do some fussy cutting today, so hopefully you guys aren't too opposed to fussy cutting. Honestly, guys, it's sometimes really worth it because you get like awesome effects. So just join in the fussy cutting fun today. So This vellum, you could use vellum. I don't think I'm going to use this one because I want to save it, but you could definitely use vellum for this project. You basically just want to grab out any scraps that you think could look nice with what you have, and you're literally just going to place the stickers on top and fussy cut them out. So I'm not going to do it all for you right here because that would be boring to watch. This is supposed to be entertaining. So I'm going to I just want to show you this one. So I stuck the letter on the scrap, and I'm going to do that with all the letters for Moments. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to closely to the letter, I'm going to fussy cut it, leaving a little tiny border of the scrap. Okay, so just like this. And you can choose whether you go into the little crevices or not. I'm going to, just because I don't mind the fussy cutting, but again, if you really hated fussy cutting, you could skip this step. Okay, so there I have the letter M with this really cute border around it using my scraps. Okay, so I'm going to stick that down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do all the rest of it, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, you guys can see that I backed all of those letters, and it's only a little bit of scrap, but I love that it just takes them to like a whole other level. They just look so pretty, and I sort of stuck with pink, yellow, and mint, because those are my favorite colors. But you could go with as many or as few colors as you want. And I think this would work really well for stickers, obviously puffy stickers, letter stickers, basically any kind of title that you want to do. I think it would look super cute if you just added some paper behind it. And you can leave the outline as thick or as thin as you like. I'm just going to trim off a little extra office tea. And I just love the way that it just gives a little added touch of paper. And the fun thing is I'm still getting to use my new supplies, but I'm also using some of my stash and using some of those scraps that just tend to pile up. And this is a great way to use all of those really tiny scraps that you guys have, because I asked a question on the Facebook page the other day about like what size scraps you keep, and there were like a whole bunch of you who keep like everything. Like you don't throw anything away. So I wanted to think of some ideas to use up all those little pieces of scraps. And even if you don't have little pieces, you can still participate. But if you do, here's a really great thing. So my title is going to be Funny Little Moments. Now, I decided I wanted the word little to like literally be little. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put funny here, and then I'm going to write little underneath. So I'm just going to figure out where I want this. And then I'm going to just, with a black pen, write little underneath there. I could have used another font or another thicker too, or even a stamp. But I just thought it would be nice to have something a little simple and a little in there. So I really hope you guys aren't disappointed by this Scrap Your Scraps video, because I'm not using a ton of scraps, but I just wanted to give you an idea for a different way to use your scraps by backing letter thickers or stickers. So I've got the word funny and I have the word moments, and I'm just going to write little in the middle of here. Okay, just using a black pen. And I literally wrote it little. I'm just gonna add a little like doodle line on either side. I love the way that looks. So there's a great tip for using your scraps, is back your letter thickers. You don't just have to stop at letter thickers though. You can back other images, graphics, and items as well. Like I really love this butterfly, but it's black and white. So I think it would be fun if it was on something a little bit more snazzy. So I'm just gonna pull out my scraps here and see what paper scraps I have, and I'm gonna literally take this butterfly and stick it on a scrap of paper. So you could put it on something colorful, you could put it on something black and white. I mean, really, it's up to you, and the possibilities are endless. So I'm going to use this paper that has mint and pink in it, and I'm just going to stick it down. And this one's actually a really easy one to fussy cut because it's so tiny. Or not tiny, I mean it's a fairly simple design. So, and just move my scissors around. If you had a really long title, I would recommend like putting on a movie or listening to some music while you do it. Okay, so there you go. There's my butterfly, and I'm gonna stick my butterfly right there. So just add a little glue, just pop it on in the middle there. Okay, but you don't have to stop at just like puppy stickers. You can use tiny word stickers or moments like this. So there's all these little tiny word phrases, and I'm going to use some of those as well because this one says laugh. There's another one here that says, where was it? It's on this one. Happy. This one says funny, which totally seems appropriate. And I think I will do I adore you. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I want one more. I like things in odd numbers. How about memorable? Okay, I'll just stick memorable on one as well. Maybe something black and white. Okay, so there you go. You got those word phrase stickers. They're puffy stickers, but they're word phrases. You could use any kind of tiny word stickers or something like for this too. And I've just put it on some scrap paper, and I'm just gonna quickly trim around these. Now, I have one other thing to say before this video. This video is almost over. Like, honestly, I wanted to keep this page super simple today, and I mostly just wanted to play with my new supplies. And also play with my scraps and make a page for you. So the other thing I have to say is you might be noticing something different about my video today. I don't know if you have picked it up, but there's something really different, and I'm so excited actually to tell you about it. You may have noticed that I am wearing nail polish, and my nails are done. I'm not actually wearing nail polish, but my nails are done. And I never wear nail polish or have my nails done because I hate having it done in videos. It's so difficult to do, and I always like have chips and cracks and peels, and I want my nails to look nice for the video, so I feel bad if my nails don't look good. So I just never do my nails. But I just tried these really awesome things called Jamberry. They're like vinyl nail wraps, and honestly guys, they are like life-changing, which I know is like a ridiculous thing to say, but they are so amazing, and I am so in love with them that I bought a bunch, and they are incredible. These nail wraps last 2 weeks, and they look beautiful, and I'm so excited about it. So I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about it. I'm going to do a follow-up video with how much I love my Jamberry nail wraps. And I also wanted to say that I honestly fell so much in love with these nail wraps that I decided to become a consultant, because honestly it was love at first sight. So if you have any questions, if you'd like a sample, if you want to host a party, if you want to order from me, whatever, I'm going to leave a comment below with all the details just so that you have them. I feel like there needs to be something over here. So I'm just seeing if there's anything that I want to use. You know what might be nice is to just pop some like tiny embellishments like this plus sign and some pearls just to add a little extra detail to my page. And I'm actually going to add these pearls in 3 places. Okay, 1, 2, 3, that looks pretty. And I'm going to add one more puffy sticker. I'm going to just add this little heart there. Does that look good? I feel like it's missing something here. Maybe I should add another one of those plus signs. Ooh, a little one would be good. This one's cute. Perfect, so then I got something puffy and the rhinestones, or the pearls. Perfect, okay? So I'm just gonna finish off this page by doing my journaling, and what I'm gonna do is just journal about that story that I told you, and I'm just gonna add that to the bottom here. It's not a really long story, it's like just a conversation basically, but I think it's funny, so I want to include it. I might actually do it around the edges here. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So let me do that, and then I'll be right back to show you the finished page. Okay, everybody, that's it. The page is done. I added my journaling. I started here and came around and added some fun arrows along the side just so you guys can see. Sorry about the dog. I need to go get him. That's it for me today. It was just a super simple, super quick Scrap Your Scraps video, but a fun way to use your scraps in a different way by backing letter stickers, backing elements or tiny word stickers, and fussy cutting it out. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for subscribing, liking, and commenting. Also, go over and check out my Facebook page, and again, if you want to try a sample of Jamberry nails, or if you want to maybe learn more about them, let me know in the comments or private message me. I would love the opportunity to earn your business, and also share a little bit more about the thing that I love so much. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's quick and simple video. Have a lovely day. Bye!